Now that it's officially March, we can go through our February predictions and see which ones were correct and which ones were incorrect. And I'll give you a hint, this one, a lot of them came true. Yes, I'm still alive. Thank you so much for everyone that commented and came to visit or sent a message. I'm doing all right, but we're going to slowly just change things up a little bit because I don't want to add to the stress of the world and I don't want to be part of the stress and the fear of the world. So I want to slowly change my direction a little bit more and maybe altogether stop these dark predictions and focus more on positive predictions and personal predictions just because I don't want to be part of the fear machine, you know? I feel like love is the only thing that's going to fix everything. And you know what I mean? Like, people got to pivot at some points in life and change things. You know, it can't always be the same. Anyway, starting with the first one. Multiple volcanic eruptions, and I guess locations this time because everyone always asks, but it didn't happen in Iceland or Oregon, although there was some activity, but there was multiple volcanic eruptions in Philippines. So we can kind of class this one as correct. As you can see here, the first one here, this is what happened in the Philippines. So yes or no, it's still kind of true. Maybe this one's a little bit late, but still there was multiple in the Philippines. We'll count this one. Next was another round of social media purges, which according to AI happened as well. I don't know how much of this I'm allowed to say, but apparently, you know, according to them, this is what they've been doing. And if I say it, you know, I'll probably be the one that gets in trouble, not them. You know what I mean? It's weird how that works out. But anyways, that seems to be true as well. So we're going to count this one. Yes, yes. And what about the next one? Well, that was this one, making huge fake promises. That's an easy one. Of course that happened. And mainly because of what just happened in Iran. Because before he came into office, he promised that that would just be the last thing that happens, and that's one of the first things that has happened. So that could be it, or whatever is over here on behind me, which is I've just pumped this into AI to help me out because it searches the internet all at once and comes out with yes, this was correct or not correct. And this, I'm starting with part 3. There's going to be a part 2 and a part 1, so that'll be tomorrow. Make sure to follow. But so far so good. Let's see what else we've got correct here. We had famous historical building lost in fire. That was also true. Apparently a place called Friendly Corner in Louisiana, over 100 years old, was destroyed February 1st, 2026. If you go back and watch the original, I did say something about fire and historical building. Probably another one that's correct, so we'll mark that as correct. And like always, guys, I don't want these things to come true, but another one here, train derailed in busy city. That happened. There was a 17-car freight train derailed outside of Chicago, February 20th. I don't know if you guys heard about that or not, and I believe there's still one more. No, sorry, there's 2 more because there was this one here. I actually already posted about this, but famous person, and you guys always ask where, and I tried to put, you know, very specifically in a skydiving accident. Did you hear the news? World champion skydiver Pierre Wolnick, 37, failed a wingsuit jump over Mont Blanc, French Alps, and unfortunately, RIP, world champion skydiver. So another one correct, unfortunately, and I don't want any of these to come true. But let's see if the last one came true as well. There you go. Multi-car accident makes the news. Deadly as well, unfortunately. 5 killed, 29 injured, 36-car pileup outside of Pueblo, Colorado, February 17th. Another one, RIP. Guys, I don't like being right about these, but every month I got to check to see which ones were true and which ones were not true. And this one, we're calling 7 out of 7, really. I mean, you could call it 6 out of 7 if you don't want to count that one, but I kind of want to count that one, which makes this 7 out of 7, no? And wait till you see what happens with part 2 and part 1. So I'm going to post that probably tomorrow. Stay tuned. Thanks for all your support, especially if you're here from TikTok, especially if you're new here on YouTube. Thank you so much. You can always email me. The email is in the description down below if you want a personal prediction or to learn how I do this remote viewing. So I know I didn't mention at the beginning, sometimes I do, but that's how I do it. I watch the news in the future using remote viewing. That's how I end up seeing these things and end up being pretty accurate. So if that's something you want to do, make sure to email me and stay tuned for part 2. Make sure to subscribe. See you soon.